Hello. All right, Ed, nice to see you. Well, it's been very nice so far, hasn't it? Lots of nice, pretty music, which stops now. There's nothing beautiful about the next 15 minutes, I'm afraid. You're just going to have to grit your teeth, get another drink in, and we'll get through it together. We'll do a couple of songs, and I'm going to do a bit of spoken word at the end. So the first song I'm going to do is, it concerns a drunk, professional drunk. Not the kind that sits on a park bench with a can of special brew, the kind that sits in the bar stall all day and always eventually ends up having to try and get people to buy his drinks, which, you know, demands quite a lot of skill. Anyway, he's sitting in there one day and in his normal sort of rough old boozer, and this woman comes in and she's quite sort of well dressed, obviously got a lot of money, and she's just had a big argument with her boyfriend or her husband, and he realises that if he gives her a shoulder to cry on and lets her talk to her, then, you know, she's going to buy him drinks all night. So here we go. Lend me an ear and I'll tell you a story, tell you the wonders that I have seen. Give me a kiss and I'll make you a promise. I'll be the king if you'll be my queen. And I like the cut of your jib, and the cut of your hair, and the cut of your clothes. And I like the curve of your thigh, and the colour of your eyes, and the fire behind. Buy me a drink and I'll tell you I love you. I'd sell me soul for a bottle of beer. Tell me how your husband don't understand you. Keep the booze coming and I'll lend you an ear. And I like the cut of your jib, and I hate him too. He sounds like a swine, and yes, I'd like another pint. And yes, I can dry the tears in your eyes. Well, he sounds like a bastard, and I've known a few, but I've got a short-term solution for you. Let's sit here and drink till they chuck us both out for behaving like drunken louts. And I like the cut of your jib, but I'm all out of money, so you're in the chair, and I'll tell you all the things you want to wear, and I'll listen as you wash him out of your hair. Off without him and all on your own, with a head full of booze and your arm in the phone. And I know the score, I'm your best mate tonight, so buy me another pint. And I like the cut of your jib. Let's drink till we're hammered and then drink again, 'cause I love your wallet and you love me eyes. And if he comes in here, I'll punch out his lights. And I like the cut of your jib, and the cut of your hair, and the cut of your clothes. And I like the curve of your thigh, and the colour of your eyes, and the fire behind. And the colour of your eyes, and the fire behind. And the colour of your eyes, and the fire behind. There you go. Very much. Right, I don't know if there's any Radio 4 listeners out there, but if there are, you may remember about 10 years ago, a war correspondent called Marie Colvin, who was killed when she was stood in the press tent with a French photographer called Remy Oslick. And yeah, fucking hilarious, mate. They got bombed and killed. It was a scream illegally and made me quite angry. I was in a punk band at the time and I wrote a song about it, but this is it anyway. Marie Colvin lost an eye, and then she lost her fucking life. Marie Colvin knew the score, told us all about the war. She saw children dying, she saw mothers crying, she saw fire in the sky, she saw innocent people fry. Marie Colvin for 20 years, Marie Colvin faced her fears. Marie Colvin, what a girl. Marie Colvin showed us hell, showed us hell. She went where others feared to tread, counted out the needless dead, reported back to you and me in the hope that we would see. Bombed to keep her silence, killed for her beliefs. She was scared and lonely, she was martyred in her grief. Marie Colvin for 20 years, Marie Colvin faced her fears. Marie Colvin, what a girl. Marie Colvin showed us hell, showed us hell. Remy Oslick was 28. He took pictures of the hate, stood next to Marie when the bomb blew them both to kingdom come. Now they're casualties of war, like the billions before. Killed to try and hide the facts, killed by evil, greedy twats. Marie Colvin for 20 years, Marie Colvin faced her fears. Marie Colvin, what a girl. Marie Colvin showed us hell. Marie Colvin, 20 years, Marie Colvin faced her fears. Marie Colvin, what a girl. Marie Colvin showed us hell, showed us hell. Showed us hell, showed us hell, showed us hell. Cheers.
She's fine as hell.
She certainly is. What a girl, mate. I'm going to take this off now. Down it goes. There we go. Right. I normally work from bits of paper for this, but unfortunately I forgot to bring them with me. So I had to get my partner to take pictures of them and send photos of them to me. So we're going to give that a go. Right, this is a poem. It's about self-confidence. It's about self-aware. It's about the fact that everybody thinks they're odd and weird, but you're actually not. Everybody's the same. So that's basically what this is all about. It's called "Is It Unusual?" And here we go. Is it unusual that I talk to myself when I'm riding on my bike or tidying a shelf? Is it symptomatic of a decay in mental health that when I'm on my own, I talk to myself? And sometimes when I'm riding and I think that I'm alone, there's actually other human beings moving through my zone, and I pretend I'm using hands-free on my headphones and I'm having a conversation on my mobile phone. Is that unusual? Is it unusual that I argue with myself? Should we talk so much? Should I be hearing alarm bells? Because I find it hard to finish the thought process without articulation. I've got to finish up the job with a physical exclamation. And I'm not just talking about the odd random words. This is a full-blown conversation. An exchange of ideas, a symposium, where the man in my head replies to what I just said. Sometimes I'll step out of my head and look objectively at the interaction happening with the other bloke and me. I shout out, "Who's that talking to me?" so loquaciously. And I reply, "It's me, you twat. Who else could it possibly be?" Is that unusual? Is it unusual to want to be standing here, spitting out my lyrics and sucking down my beer, seeking the approval of a room full of my peers? Is it strange to put yourself through all that pressure and all that fear? Well, depends on context, innit? Not tonight, not in here. Is it unusual that I constantly tap, drumming on my legs or on a table or a can, joining in with all the tunes I hear throughout the land, all the constant rhythm in my head that bang, 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 bangs? Is that unusual, or is it just annoying? If I ask my beautiful Deborah that same question on this day, I'm pretty bloody sure I know exactly what she'd say. And does it seem unusual to you that I eat my cornflakes with a soup spoon? Is eating a bowl of cereal is the job you got to do? It seems to me the most appropriate tool would be a soup spoon. And so I choose to eat cereal soup. It's how I roll. I always do. I don't know why these rules apply. It just seems right inside my mind. Is that unusual? Is that weird? Like growing a beard. For me, in my world, beard is weird. Like a mask for me to hide behind that everybody sees, but I'm blinded to it, safe within my own reality. And the old geezer with the beard of grey in the mirror I can see has no relevance or relation to my subjective view of me. Is that unusual? Am I alone in this? Is it just me who finds it difficult to identify with the me the world perceives? The person who the world believes I'm managing to be? The man behind the mirror seems much cleverer than me. If I could look behind his eyes, I might begin to see. If I saw all the information soaked into his brain, I'd see everything I've ever seen on every single day, hear everything I'd ever heard since my whole life began, instead of peeping through a pinhole with no knowledge and no plan. Is it unusual to feel like this? To feel marginalised and at the edge of the abyss, like the world's not been set up for you and you don't fit in? Is that unusual? Or is that a thing? I don't know. I can't make out enough to see what's happening. If we could step back far enough to establish our position, we may begin to fathom out the depths of our condition. I stretched my mind to breaking point to try and understand, tried to make some rhyme and reason from no structure with no plan. Looked down upon myself and saw a funny little man with no idea and no direction in an unfamiliar land. Is that unusual? Well, it can't be, can it? I fucking hope not. I don't know, but I have found that we can gain a lot of comfort from a little common ground. I don't think that the answers are just lying all around, but if we wrote a song together, we might make a new sound. It can't be unusual because we don't want it to be. We don't want that. Nobody wants to be left outside, sitting in the rain like a lonely stray cat. We don't want to be alone. We don't want to be disconnected. We don't want to be unloved. We don't want to be unprotected. We are all staggering about in a darkened land, reaching for the comfort of an unseen hand. And if you find one, grab it like it was 100 grand and hold it very tightly as you cross the shifting sand. Everybody needs connection. Everybody needs protection. Everybody needs love. That, my friends, is not unusual. Thank you. Cheers. Thanks very much.